This is the landing page you'll see when you log into the Fresh Connection game. Over here, if you click on the My Company icon, this will appear. Over here you can see the purchasing, operations, sales, supply chain, and finance divisions. If you click on the specific area node, you'll see this change. For example, if I click on the orange one, it will turn into sales. The information over here is very important for you in the game, as it will indicate the parts of the company that are successful and the parts that are not successful. If you click on these, you'll get more information. Remember to scroll down through all the problems and the positive areas to look at it. If you click on the pink one, it will change to supply chain. At the bottom, you would have noticed it changed as well. Over here you can see your score, the ROI, return on investment, which is the important KPI which the game is measured by. The average score of all the teams will be noted at the bottom. This is the average score for all the other teams, obviously. These KPIs, you'll see, will change once you click on a different area. As you can see, it's changed to obsolete products, which is obviously important for the sales, service level outbound, gross margin. If you click back on the supply chain role, you'll see availability of components, stock components in weeks on average. You'd like to keep those as low as possible due to cost factors, and then stock products. These KPIs you'll be able to change during the game. ROI is fixed, and then each role will be able to pick 3 different KPIs. To start off with, I'll click on the information button at the top. So wait 1 second while it loads. Over here are very important information factors that you need to consider. Each one of the products that will be produced by the Fresh Connection company will be listed over here. Over here you can see we produce 1 liter packs and PETs, which are little plastic bottles. You'll also see the mixture ratio of each juice component, and the specific ratios that everything is needed. If you click on the BOM, it'll download apologies, I'll show that to you just now. It will download in Excel this little spreadsheet, but you can also just copy and paste it. Over here you'll see all the products that we produce have a shelf life. The complete shelf life of the product after production is 20 weeks. Over here you'll see the amount of boxes, or the amount of units per box, per pallet, per pallet layer, per pallet, and then the sales price in retail, and the liters, which are quite obvious as well. Over here you'll see more detail concerning different components and basic price for your input values. And over here you'll see if you order certain components in a drum, it'll be 250 liters. IBC is 1,000 liter, and a tank is 30,000 liters. This is important to take into account, as it'll be cheaper to order a full truckload or a truck capacity of 30,000 liters. The problem is it will create an issue on your inbound warehouse, where all the juice that cannot fit into the tanker yard will take a pallet allocations. Back to the info center. Over here, most of the info of the game will be available. You can click on any of the information tabs and go through anything that you're not quite sure of. It's very important to go through as much of this as possible before you play the game, to understand the implications and the effects of all the various issues. Over here you'll see short definitions of the various KPIs. For example, you can also click on this side if you have a specific one that you'd like to go into. It's very important to take all this information into account where possible. Rankings, obviously you guys will be interested in that, to see how you compete against the other teams. You can select whichever ones you want to see over here, and over here you select the round that you're interested in, and then you can have specific groupings depending on sales, operation, purchasing, supply chain. Back to the company page. You'll see each of the roles stipulated at the top. We'll start with purchasing. I'll just quickly show you how this works. When you click on purchasing, you'll go to a page that looks similar to this. Over here you'll see the KPIs which I told you about earlier that you'll be able to change. There'll be a small log over here that says KPIs which you can select. Over here you can see your agreements per client. It's very important to note that certain agreements with certain clients will not be perfect at first, and you need to decide on new clients or new suppliers, new shipment methods, etc. Over here you'll see small little eyes that indicate the various information boxes. So if there's anything that you don't understand, you'll get the information by clicking over here. If you click over here, you'll get additional information. For each one of these suppliers, you can go to the supplier market and change a supplier. Over here you'll see you can select component or pack. It will be in the active version of the game. There will be a drop-down menu in which you can select your specific supplier component that you need, and then you can negotiate new agreements. This is quite interesting. Some suppliers obviously come from nearby, so they will have a shorter lead time, which is very important depending on your strategy. Certification would be linked to the quality. Free capacity can also become a issue when you have a high demand on your sales side. So all these factors need to be taken into account. As you play the game, you'll notice how certain factors become more important and less important. On the purchasing side of things, you'd like to keep your contract indexes as low as possible. Whereas on the sales side, you'd like to keep it as high as possible to obtain additional sales and additional revenue. A very important factor of the game is to go into analysis. I'll open that up for you quickly, and each of these little reports will give you information on the game. I'll quickly go into supplier to show you supplier information. On the supplier side, you can now see the supply components. This is the supplier and what he supplies. Over here you can see delivery reliability, which you would obviously want to keep as high as possible. Rejection rate, also an important factor, as increased rejections create problems with the manufacturing and create bottlenecks. Amount of deliveries, all this information becomes very important as you progress with the game, and you'll quickly learn the importance of it. If we move on to this is the analysis area which I clicked. The important part of this is to specify exactly what information you're interested in. For a start, I'd recommend you export all the data to Excel. Over here you'll click the rounds that you would like to export the data, and at the bottom you'd execute the query. This will have all the information downloaded and output to Excel, which you'll be able to use in calculations for the rest of the game and for calculating all your shortfalls. Yeah, I'm just quickly going to open the file for you. So 1 second. Okay, once you've downloaded all the relevant information, you'll see each of the specific tabs that you could individually download each of these tabs, but it's easier having all the data. As you can see, component, supplier component, bottling lines, etc. When you have this information, it will show you, most importantly, first which round it was used for. I normally sort the information by either reducing, filtering this out. It's quite simple to filter out this. By selecting it over here, we can go into data, filter, and then we can remove the first round which is not really relevant as we're playing the second round at the moment. This will allow us to only see the information that we have at the moment. Over here, the easiest way then to progress is by indicating which delivery suppliers are not good, or high rejection rates also issue. And by this way, you visualize the data, and it's easier to make decisions. I'll leave this over to you guys to play around with, and we'll discuss it when we get around to it. Okay, very important to remember to save all your decisions in the game. Over here, you'll see you can negotiate and you can terminate a customer as well. This is basically the same for all the various roles that are played. Obviously, each role will have specific abilities and specific needs. Over here, you can see our raw material warehouse is important, and you'll have inbound and outbound. Important to note over here is the pallet allocations. You'll also see this in the data output. Your cube utilization is rather important. You don't want to have too little capacity, as the additional capacity or the waste is quite expensive. You'll also see the intake time days. As you progress through the game, you'll start understanding this terminology.